Hi, I'm Cody. Welcome to my corner. This is a segment that we're doing for the podcast where I talk for a brief amount of time to vent, rant, or just, explain things in only the way that I can. So, today, I'm going to talk about contracts. NFL contracts, NBA contracts. You hear all these things. What I want to talk about is the term highest paid at their position, highest paid player at a certain position. So you see a lot going on with the wide receivers, where a lot of wide receivers want to be the highest paid. And you see that with all of these guys going out saying, I want this person to be the highest paid wide receiver. The whole thing is bullshit. Because what it is it's the highest paid person right now. It's not about the best at a position. It's definitely not the best at each position. But what it is whenever somebody's contract runs out, if they are playing well, they want to be considered the highest paid so that it's a statement to the league saying he is our guy, we think he's the best, and all of that jazz. But the thing is if you have an example, you have wide receiver A, wide receiver B, and they both are putting up the same stats. But wide receiver A signed a contract 3 years ago, and they're making $20 million a year. Now, wide receiver B is putting up the same numbers, but their contract is expiring. So now they're getting paid almost $30 million a year. But it's the same kind of production. So it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, to talk about this, he's the highest paid player at this position and all of that jazz. An example, Antoine Winfield signed a contract with the Bucs. He's the highest paid DB in the NFL for like a month. Because then Patrick Surtain from the Denver Broncos signed a contract, and now he's the highest DB paid. Two totally different positions. One's a corner, one's a safety. All it is just money. Everybody, and I will never, ever tell somebody not to make as much money as they can, because they deserve that. If they can make it the most money that they could possibly make, good, great, do that. However, don't think because a team is paying you this high salary that you're going to be the best. Because there's nothing that irritates me more than somebody who is once the highest paid, then somebody else gets paid more than them, and then they want to hold out to renegotiate their contract to be the highest paid. That doesn't make any sense. You're making so much money that your kids will be able to live comfortably for the rest of their life. And the only thing that they're doing is ruining their salary cap for their team by jacking up their per year amount, and they're not giving the team an opportunity to sign players that can help them win. Because ultimately, everything's about winning a championship. I'm not saying that people should be taking way less money. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is put a cap on it. In a sense of like, if you're making $20 million a year and you're mad that somebody's making $21 million a year, buy a restaurant. Then make $1 million at that restaurant, and you're just be Shaq and own 50 gazillion businesses. And that's really what it is it all comes down to people just trying to be better or feel better than everybody else. Check your ego at the door and play the sport that you have done so well at in the past. And that's been Cody's Corner, my little rant of NFL contracts.